What's up, guys? Welcome back to Black Star Anime, the anime community's voice of reason. I'm Cody.
And I'm Manny.
And you're watching the Let's Talk Anime mid-season kind of recap impressions of the fall 2016 anime season.
Let's do it.
So first off, we're going to go over our dropped and our hanging in there anime. And then we're going to tackle our good and greats later on because there's a lot of them.
It's a really, really stacked season, so we're going to split it up just to avoid a really, really lengthy video.
Yeah, we don't want any of that. First up on the drop list is Bloodivores. Bloodivores?
Bloodivores.
Yeah, so I definitely dropped this. I gave it a good 3 to 4 eps. Right before the 5th ep, that's kind of like my deadline for these shows because there's just so many. And I wasn't feeling it. I mean, there's an audience out there for it. Don't get me wrong. This is definitely my one-sided opinion on it. But I gave him plenty of episodes to get me in with the story, get me in with the characters, and they failed at both of those. So I'm out. I didn't care for the story, and I didn't care for the characters at all. That's just, it is what it is, I guess.
That is what it is. So second on the list is Trickster. You watched Trickster, tell us about it.
I did. So this is the issue with Trickster. This is nothing new. You have a character who has some type of powers, and he A, doesn't know how to control it, B, doesn't really want it. It kind of makes him a recluse to other people. You have this small organization of young boys in high school, whatever, and they're like, join our group. He's like, I don't want to hurt people, whatever. My issue with Trickster is the characters didn't appeal to me. The story's kind of there, but you've seen this before. It's borderline cookie cutter. But the issue with Trickster is I could be getting everything I just said with more interesting characters and a more interesting premise from Bungo Stray Dogs.
Which
so
is
why?
Currently running its
it's in the second season. It's dope so far. So why am I going to keep watching this when I can watch the better version of it? It's just my opinion.
Makes sense. So next on the drop list is ClassicaLoid. The issue with ClassicaLoid is something we talked about off camera, where some of these shows this season are a little bit too anime.
Okay, yeah.
And
there's 3 or 4 shows where I'm just watching them. And I said to myself, and immediately asked a question and sent it out. I was like, can an anime be too anime?
The answer to that question is yes. ClassicaLoid has eccentric characters, and in this case, maybe it's just me, they're too eccentric.
Okay.
To the point where they're annoying. I didn't like any of the I liked one of their 4 introduced characters, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to keep going. This is borderline painful. So
it's an out there anime. There's definitely always an audience for it somewhere out there. Someone's definitely gonna love it.
Somebody's gonna like it,
and you watch it. All right,
it wasn't me. You enjoyed it.
You do that.
And last on our drop list is gonna be To Be Hero. This is actually a show that started out with a lot of potential. The first
5 to 6 minutes, maybe less.
A little less than that.
Yeah.
Maybe the first 2.5 to 3 minutes, they're somewhat charming. You see some cool character relationships and
between the main character supposedly
and
their exact words and his daughter, whatever. And he's like a single bachelor on the prowl. And the show literally took a shit.
The main character goes to take a dump, and the show takes a dump.
Yes.
And I don't really know how else to explain it, but watch the first episode and you'll see it.
Yeah. That's really all I can say. You watch the first episode and come to your own conclusion on whether or not you want to continue watching that show.
I will not be continuing.
These next shows are on our hanging in there list. We're not dropping them, but depending on how the next couple episodes go, they might be stopped for.
They might be dropped.
Yeah.
These next few episodes are kind of make or break.
Yeah. The first one up, and this might be controversial to many, but I'm gonna say Izetta.
There was a lot of buzz for Izetta before it came out,
and I see why. This is my issue with Izetta. when it comes down to the core of the show, and there's multiple different genres, there's multiple different things happening within the show. This is a political anime. This is a like a World War One, maybe borderline World War II, historical, different history timeline type of anime. This is a fantasy anime because there's a witch in it. She has magic, and they explain her magical powers in it, and it's not actually like her doing the magic. She like redirects it based off where certain ley lines are located in the earth. She can access that magic.
Okay.
My issue with Izetta is, unless Izetta is doing witch things in the show, I'm not entertained. I'm not in the show. And don't get me wrong, I can watch the crap out of anime if they're just sitting there talking politics, as long as it's engaging and I care about the characters. And besides Izetta, I don't care about any other characters. I don't care about the politics going on. I mean, there's some interesting-ish characters, but even the other main character, which is the princess and the newfound queen of this land, I mean, I don't care for her. So it's like, unless Izetta's doing the damn thing, I don't want to watch it. So that's why it's hanging in there. So we'll see what happens in the next couple episodes.
So next on the list is Cheating Craft. This is a short, I want to say they're 11-minute episodes with an opening and an outro. It's an interesting concept. Essentially, it's a world where tests are everything. There's people who cheat on their tests, and there's people who actually study on their tests.
Yeah.
So it's hanging in there because it might slightly be too anime.
Okay.
If you've watched Naruto, there's an episode in the Chunin exam where they're doing the paper test. People are cheating off of each other.
Yeah.
That's essentially this anime. Everybody has some weird kind of cheating ability or some weird kind of cheating power. And at some point, it escalates to full-on combat in the middle of a test. So it's like, it's a test, but sometimes it's not a test. So I gotta watch a few more episodes and see where it goes.
Okay.
It's weird.
It's weird.
But not the bad kind.
The last one on our hanging in their list is going to be Occultic 9. So this show is different. This show is definitely not one of the... I wouldn't recommend it for a first-time viewer, or even if you're not a first-time viewer. I feel like there's kind of a steep watching curve to get into the show. Characters talk fast, subtitles go by fast. There's a lot of inside pop cultural references going on. I feel like there's some like inside jokes just between like the creators of the show, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean, dude? Like, is that for someone else? Is that not for the viewer? And I feel like when it comes to the plot of this show, if the plot hasn't been laid out in a chronological order, which I feel like in the show it hasn't, I feel like some events are happening before others, but we as the viewer don't know that. We kind of have to piece it together as we watch it. But if that's not the case, then this show has an issue with the story. The characters are interesting. I will give them that. The characters are very, very interesting. I want to see more, I guess, of the group dynamic go on later on, unless the characters are secretly supposed to fight each other throughout the show. I don't know yet. So that's why it's really hanging in there. So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this take, where we told you all the anime that we dropped and the anime that's hanging in there for the fall 2016 anime season.
Go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, or give us a thumbs down if you didn't. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know, what shows did you drop from this season? Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. You get updates to all our videos. And of course, share this out with your friends so they can see what's kind of hanging in there and what we decided not to keep going with. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Let's Talk Anime.
Feeling great. I got enough fiber from beating enemies to fill up crates. I'm in a clairvoyant state, never prone to error. I see clear as day like I'm rocking that blade regalia. Never dressed as a sailor, but Richie will impale ya.